Hi everyone, welcome to week 6. This week is collaboration with paraprofessionals or paraeducators. So just to go over some of the expectations for this week, I had already given you the Gian Greco article, Be Careful What You Wish For, and of course the PowerPoint that Carmela is going to be presenting on tonight, and the impact of the essays on paraeducators, the UDL Guidelines version 2.0. I've now added the technology resources for this class. I should actually say 794, and I just wanted to go through those really quickly. As I was reviewing your homework and getting the feedback about the technology, I tried to pull together some resources that will help you on the next level and stages of understanding technology when working with moderate to severe students. So what I did was I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 resources, and I'm going to go through each one of those tabs, and I put in the name of the resource, the website link, and then of course the short description of what that resource is. And then in this video I'm going to actually go through those resources as well. So the first one is Augmentative Communication and Technology Services, and this is actually a private agency that works with helping students who have either limited or no speech, and so they need the AAC and assistive technology. So oftentimes this group will go into a school and do like a personal consultation. That might be an option for the student who you're working with, but it does cost money usually. So you can, but it is somewhere you can call, and you can also find out, is it possible for you to work, or can they answer some questions? But what they do is they really go into the school districts with the more difficult students to identify what kind of AAC or AT might be helpful for students, and then they work with the districts on getting those tools and services for the student. The next one is that I'm just going to go down the line is actually this is Google Classroom, and there's Google of course has an entire help desk on getting started with your classroom, and so you can click on this. They have the videos to go with it, and that will help you in setting up your classroom, and you can go and stop as you need. Also the districts most of the time have an assistive technology person, and so you can see if maybe you can get some time with that person to do some training or even one-on-one support and consultation. Then we have the Center for Accessible Technology, and this is in Berkeley. They are a nonprofit who works with school districts, who works with families, students, seniors, everyone, to try to help them, support them in getting access to different technologies. So just to kind of go to their services, let's just go scroll down here. They have, like I said, they often work with districts. They sometimes do things like iPad loans or assistive technology loans. They sometimes work with like a parent and a child, and sometimes a teacher as well. But it's mostly for the districts that they are aligned with, so more in the East Bay. But that's also a good resource as far as if you wanted to learn more about the different options that are out there. Oh, just one other thing. When I talked to ACTS, to the director of ACTS, one of the big things that we discussed was the importance of making sure that teachers know that these decisions are not decisions that you make on your own, that it is a team decision, and it's based on the needs of the student. So you first identify, what are their language needs, what are their physical needs, and then as a team you talk about, okay, well, what could work for supporting that child? And then from there you start looking at the different technologies. I really loved how it was actually Dr. Marilyn Buzola, who I was speaking with, and she and I had a great conversation about the changing world of apps. And so just because an app is successful and works with one student one year, oftentimes there's another app that's even better the next year. So there is actually no resource with, if the child has this problem, then you should go to this app. But there are a few different nonprofits actually that work with students and teachers in trying to learn and practice and see how that app works for that student or that tool works with that student. All right, the next one is ability tools, and this is actually a perfect segue into ability tools. Ability tools is actually a state-run service, and they are there to allow for assistive technology exchange. They've got device lending libraries, so you test out a assistive technology tool for a month or so to see if it actually is helpful. They've got financial loan programs and the reuse program in affiliation with organizational partners. So all of these places are all part of the California Assistive Technology Reuse Coalition. So it's about working, it's run by this, or it's supported by the state to help people with special needs access whatever it is that they need to have support with. So once again, you can sell used, you can buy used equipment and things like that. So sometimes with people who are struggling financially, then this is a good resource as well. Intervention Central, I put this one on there because I had some questions about some resources, especially around ABA tracking, like data tracking and things like that, and then also interventions. The thing I like about this website is it's got academic interventions and behavior interventions. You can actually click on that, and then they've got behavior intervention apps, communication tools, motivation challenging students, and school-wide classroom management. And you can actually then click on these. Let me just pull one up for behavior because it was a behavior question. So here's a behavior intervention planner online app. You click on that, and it goes through and it tells you all about the, and here's the download for that planner, the intervention planner for behavior manual, and why it was chosen. So this is a great resource if you're looking for a specific intervention. That also brings us to the next one, which is PBISWorld.com. And here I love this website because it actually gives you all these different behaviors, and then you can click on them, and it says inappropriate language, and here are the different things that you might see. Is this what you mean by inappropriate language? You say yes, and then here we go. We've got the Tier 1 interventions, and they say, of course, try multiple interventions. Each intervention should be tried for a minimum of 4 weeks, and more than one intervention may be implemented at the same time. Collect and track the specific data to see if it's effective, and if your data indicates no progress after a minimum of 6 months, you may consider moving to Tier 2 interventions. So here we go. We've got here's all the Tier 1 interventions. This is a data tracking form of strategies, and then this is if you have tried it for at least 6 months and no success, click on that, and that takes you to the Tier 2 interventions, and you can see that they're slightly different. And then there's also Tier 3, and then there's also data tracking, and they have a forum so you can ask questions, and then there's of course just the information about how PBIS World came about. The next one is PENT. It's Positive Environment Network of Trainers. This is also from the California Department of Education. And the reason I like this is that they have a lot of different forms that you can use to get to know a student's, get to know and track a student's success. So, I'll just go here. We've got the behavior record. And this is a behavior record, that has been put together so that you're not trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I get a behavior record? You've got time and a date and time, behaviors, antecedent, what led to the event, consequence, the staff's intervention, and outcome. And so there's just one form that they have there. They have the environmental observation form. And this is great for getting to know, okay, where is this problem actually happening? So here's the problem behavior, the skill deficits requiring teaching, the physical setting, social setting, activities, scheduling, degree of independence, participation, social interaction, degree of choice. So it goes through, and actually you can type right into this document. Okay. Next is support for families. This is out of San Francisco, but they have a lot of different services and opportunities. Also, getting on their newsletter is a great idea. They are very quick about letting you know exactly what's going on at the federal level, at the state level, around supporting children with disabilities. But also the wonderful thing is that they have a lot of support for families. So this isn't just around getting assistive technology, but also around other things. And then, of course, you've got your textbook. And this week I had you read Fostering Family Professional Partnerships. And so today you are going to have Carmela is going to be teaching you, and Linda Hames will be meeting with you as well at the beginning of class. She's going to pull you out one by one. And then what's due by next week, you're going to read Snell and Brown chapter 8 and Story and Minor chapter 7. And then you have a choice of either watching these 3 videos, or you can do reading. And here's 2 links to some websites, one of them being the IRIS module. You don't have to do the activities around that, but you do need to read the information, or you can just watch the videos if that's how you like to learn. There's also the veteran teacher observation. I just want to remind you of that, and activity 4. And then, of course, review the technology resource, and you can see I have that posted technology resource right there. So here is the activity 4, and it's from the textbook. It gives you a little situation and some questions from Carmela's presentation. There's 3 questions from the UDL. I ask you for about what is important to remember about the 3 elements of UDL, and then the feedback, just giving Carmela 3 to 5 sentences feedback about what she presented. And then here is where you can turn in the veteran teacher observation. So if you have any questions or need any support or help, I am here for you. Just let me know, and have a great day.